भद्रं कर्णेभिः शृणुयाम देवा भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गैस्तुष्टुवागं सस्तनूभिः व्यशेम देवहितं यदायुः स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवा स्वस्ति न पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्तार्क्ष्यो अरिष्टनेमि स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु ॐ शान्ति 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 Mundakopanishad, third Mundaka, first Khanda, mantra 2. Samane vrikshe purushaha nimagnaha anishaya shochati muhyamanaha jushtam yada pashyati anyam ईशम अस्य महिमानम इति वीतशोकः. To tell a few more sadhanas supplementary to what was taught earlier, and also because Akshara Brahma Jnana is difficult, the same is presented in some other manner. For these two purposes, the imagery or illustration of two birds perching on the same samsara vriksha is being described. So how they are similar birds we have seen, but some distinction is there. What is that? The one is the one who undergoes the bhoga of pikpalas, the karma palas, the jiva bird. Whereas the Ishvara bird is indifferent towards it. And the plight of this jiva bird, we have seen the first line, they totally drowned in the samsara sagar because of identification with the embodiment. This identification with the embodiment, whether at gross level, to the body, gross body, subtle level, mana buddhi ahankara chitta, pranas, etc., is the cause for inviting all sorrows to us, including janma, marana, janma, marana, janma, marana. If
had we not mistaken this body as I, knowing fully well our Chaitanya Swarupa Brahma, independent of this, totally free from this, Paramananda Swarupa, this so-called samsara cannot be there for us. But we don't know. Somehow, because of ignorance, the identification has taken place. Now, our aim should be to get rid of it and discover our Swarupa, Chaitanya Swarupa, Brahma. Be directly aware of, this is my Swarupa, wherein nothing from the so-called world hitherto being experienced is there. No sorrows. No sorrows, not only now, no possibility of sorrow at all. That is what our Swarupa is regained in the sense it was as if disowned on account of ignorance. Now you are as if claiming back your Swarupa. Now this way the Jiva is drowned in samsara. But because of some punya in the past, because of living the life of dharma for a long time, slowly some viveka dawns in the mind of this jiva. What am I doing? Is it the goal of life? Slowly, because of viveka, he tries to find out what is the truth of life, what is the goal of life, human life. And there, by Ishvara's grace means you have earned it because of your past good. Not that Ishvara gives grace to someone and not to others. He is alike to all. But you have earned it and he dispenses. So because of Ishvara's grace, what happens? He comes across a competent guru. Either he goes or that guru comes to him and makes him discover, look, this is not your Swarupa. You have mistaken yourself, as a result of which you are suffering this samsara. So that person is called as what? Such a person who has got now the right guidance of a guru and also is now endowed with, that is, the pursuits of gaining this knowledge, satya, speaking truth, brahmacharya, celibacy, ahimsa, non-violence, sarvatyaga, and vairagya, a detached disposition, wherein he just gives up all these things which he was pursuing hitherto with a vague hope of gaining happiness and contentment, which was not possible, and having a mastery over the mind, having the mastery of the senses. So, what happens? He now discovers or finds the other bird who is, what is his real nature? With the other bird, Ishwar. So who that other bird is? Did you discover? Both are one and the same. So that's why he says, what does he do now? It's also a preparation. Yada jushtam anyam ishasya anyam isham pashyati asya mahimanam iti pashyati vitashogaha ad bhavati. Yada, when He has got the knowledge now. He has taken to inquiry. Who am I? With that other bird. What the real nature? All this. Jushtam. Jushtam means one, the entity who is sought after by all great yogis. The entity who is sought after by great jnanis. The Jushtam, the highly adorable one. Jushtam, Paramatma. Jushtam is who? Paramatma. So, and who is sought by who? Both karmis and jnanis. Karmis as Ishvara, to get something from him. Jnanis as one Swarupa itself. So that Yada Yasmin Kale. Pashyati. How he Pashyati? Bhashakara says, Dhyayamanaham. Meditating on that entity to the exclusion of the erroneous entity he has earlier superimposed. So that is Dhyayamana. Whom Dhyayamana? Anyam. 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 Anyam means that other bird who is perching on this vriksha at the same time not identified with it. That is the other bird characterized by this same vriksha. At the same time, distinct from it. And who is it? Who is that? Isham. Isham. Isham means asamsarinam. Asamsarinam. Is free from samsara. Who is free from samsara. And who is asamsarinam. Again, who is free from hunger, thirst, shoka, moha. That is free from hunger, thirst, sorrows, erroneous notions about oneself, old age, and who is beyond the realm of time and death. With Isha, the master of everything, of entire Jagat. And how he meditates or knows, this Ishvara is me, with that identity. With that identity. So that is how, when we say, Sarvasya Atma is the I in all, that Ishvara is me. So you what? Pashyati. Sees means he meditates upon. And I am not the one. Who is that? I am not the one identified with the embodiment, the product of Maya, the Jiva. I am not that one. So, in this way, Mahimanam, the glory of who? Parameshwara, which itself is one Swarupa. So what does it do? Mahimanam, Pashyati, he sees. And what is the Mahiman also? The same me is appearing as entire Jagat. Great. This me itself appears as the entire Jagat, that Mahimanam. Yada Pashyati, then what happens? Iti, because of this reason, because this, he becomes Vita Shokaha Bhavati. Gets freed from Samsara Sagar, freed from sorrow. He finds there's nothing in me. I'm free from all this. In Vivek Chudamani, this is dramatized. The Guru teaches the Shishya. Shishya, by the he discovers it, he says, hey, just now this samsara was here. Where is it gone? Not figurative. He is so absorbed in the Atma Sarupa, Brahma Sarupa, wherein no trace of this Jagat, because it was erroneously superimposed. It was no better than the dream. When you wake up from the dream, however dreadful the dream might have been, just not there, disappears. So is the case here. In Swarupa, no trace is not just a figurative description or some imagination. It said, if you are abiding the Swarupa, no trace of Jagat. If you are aware of Jagat, no Swarupa knowledge. Both can't go together. Of course, a Jivan Mukta was abiding in Swarupa. Because Prahladavashati wakes up and interacts the world. He knows the basis of the Jagat is me, Paramatma Swarupa. So, Vita Shokaha Bhavati. As a result, what happens? Krutakrityaha Bhavati. An accomplished person. What needs to be done is already done. What needs to be gained in human life, he has accomplished. There is nothing left out to be gained. Kritakritya. Dhanya. I'm some blessed one. So, you look, human embodiment is not meant for khao, piyo, maja karo. It's a great purpose. What is it? To discover your Swarupa. It is meant for that. It is designed for that. And not for any make merry. But the fascination for sense pleasure, Vishaya Bhoga, which we have cherished for long from the past many births, automatically drag the person, the Vishaya sense pleasure, like a program. We get programmed. So having known now the what the truth is, by all determination, by training the mind properly, we have to give a tough fight for this fascination of the sense pleasure. Why is a fight? Because to begin with, we have to give them up, sense pleasure. At the same time, our Paramananda Swarupa is nowhere near. Even in English of it is not available. At such a juncture, only the Shraddha can keep the Mukshu going on. Shraddha in Ishvara, because this knowledge is imparted by who? Ishvara. Shraddha in Guru, Shraddha in teaching in accordance to Shastra, Shraddha in oneself. I shall gain it. The determination. Why determination? Obstacles are many. Distractions are many. You have to counteract them. It needs literally, truly a great courage. That's why Kathobuddha says, by virtue of what the Jiva wants in the world in terms of karma phala bhoga, Ishvara was compelled to make the senses, jnanendriya, and the mind extrovert to interact with the Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha, the world. But Ishvara knew the damage. So at the same time, he has to provide his field. He is karma phala data. He can't escape it. The karma phala data. So yes, but knowing well the damage, he kept a provision there. But the provision, the same extrovert mind senses can be withdrawn. They are bahirmukha, extrovert, they can be made introvert, antarmukha, towards one's own swarup. But kaschid dhira, who can do that? Some rare person, dhira. Literally, dhira means bold, heroic, in the sense of the one who makes true use of buddhi, that viveka, and finds what is the truth. Finds what is the truth. So that is how. So he becomes what? Kritakritya, blessed person, the one who has realized, accomplished the true goal of human life. So therefore, please don't take lightly the human birth. Don't take it for granted. You have a great responsibility of making best use of it. Here is the one who has fulfilled that, discovered Swarupa, therefore such a person vitashoga bhavati, kritakrityaha bhavati. Because the one who has accomplished one's Swarupa. To corroborate this, other mantra is being given. Before that, let us know something more about these two birds. Something more about these two birds. What is that given here? Jiva and Ishvara. And accordingly, Bhashyakara has commented upon it. But in Brahma Sutras, what is called as Guham Pravishtadhikarana. Brahma Sutra, first chapter, second pada, Sutra 11 and 12, for which the, what is that? What? Shruti Vakya means on what Shruti statement these sutras are based. They are from Kathopanishad, more or less similar. That it is that in Kathopanishad, third valli, first mantra, Ritam pibantau sukrutasya loke, etc. Wherein also Bhashyakara ascertained that these are two Jiva and Ishvara birds. But in that, Shankaracharya, Bhashyakara, presents the above two Mundaka birds, this first and second, relating that Adhikarana as what is called as explanation given as technically called Kritva Chinta. The explanation we have seen so far, which Bhashyakara himself has given. He says, this explanation is given as what is called as Kritva Chinta. It means a hypothetical consideration. Kritva Chinta means a hypothetical consideration. Basis as two birds as Jiva and Ishvara. Then he refutes it based on what is called as Paingi Brahmana. From Upanishads only, some else, Paingi Brahmana. And he establishes that these two so-called two birds refer to not two birds, but Buddhi and Brahma. The bird which was Ishvara is Brahma. The bird which was considered here Jiva is Buddhi. Why it's so? Because it says this. The topic is to prove that Brahma is Prapancha Rahita. Brahma is free from Prapancha. Then what about that Pippalam Swaduvati? It is that Bhoga is something erroneously superimposed on Buddhi Gaunata. Buddhi inert by itself. So, but this Bhoga is erroneously is there. Truly speaking, Buddhi cannot undergo any Bhoga because strictly it is inert. Who? Buddhi cannot undergo Bhoga. Bhoga means experience of Sukha, Dukkha, etc. What is the result of karma. Same time, Brahma cannot undergo bhoga. Why? Brahma has no upadhi, nirupadika. And yet, because of aviveka, means not knowing properly, this buddhi, which has got chidabhasa, abhasa, semblance, appearance of chit, because of reflected chaitanya. Praise. Shruti is to make the jiva discover. That is how this. The jiva appears to be the one. Buddhi appears as though it undergoes the bhoga. So therefore, the purpose of Shruti, whether Katha or Mundaka, is to make the jiva, who is identified the buddhi, discover that he is nothing but aprapancha Brahma, prapancha rahita Brahma, Brahma free from prapancha. And he is not the so-called bhokta, karta, and jiva to undergo samsara. So this is the true meaning of this thing. But as a stopgap arrangement, it's compared to Jiveshwara birds. You should know what it is in reality. Now continuing, that is to describe the same topic, other mantra is being quoted to elaborate the same thing. Yada pashyaha pashyati rukma varnam kartaram isham purusham brahma yonim tada vidvan punya pape vidhuya niranjanaha paramam samyam upayiti. Yada yasmin kale, when pashyaha, literally means seer. We see there, pashyati iti pashya. When you sees, means here, vidwan sadhaka, a seeker with a muksha, is making use of viveka, with sadhaka. Pashyate means Pashya stands for an eligible seeker, not just seeker. Everyone is seeker. Everyone wants happiness. Everyone wants to get rid of a sorrow. Who is not there? A seeker only. But no. One has discerned a problem. To get freed from this, I discover my Swarupa only. So the Pashyate means Pashyati. What Pashyati, as told earlier. What is it? The Rukma Varnam. Atma Swarupa, which is Rukma Varnam. Rukma means here the gold. So Rukma means it is a golden, bright and brilliant, in the sense the one whose nature is Swayam Jyotis Swabhava. which is self-evident knowledge principle, resplendent, bright and brilliant in the sense of knowledge principle. So Rukma Varnam of this nature, Ruk, that is Rukma Varnam, Rukma means gold, or it can be like the gold, bright and brilliant. The Jyoti, the Atma Jyoti, the knowledge principle, that can be Rukma Varnam, which is Avinashi, indestructible. And who itself is what? Is Kartaram. Kartaram, that is Kartaram Isham, the overlord, the Karta, the creator of entire cosmos. So Kartaram, that is Sarvasya Jagataha Kartaram, not Karta Bhokta, etc., but the creator of entire cosmos. So Kartaram, Isham, Ishwara, who is Purusha, Purusham. Purusham is Puraushati, one who abides in all beings, or one is Purnatu, complete in the sense limitless, incompleteness, limitations are not there in which, and such limitless thing should necessarily be Paramananda Swarupa. Chandogya says, Yo vai bhuma tat sukham, alpe na sukham. What is this? Alpa, little, limited. What is called as parichinna. Na sukham. Sukha is not there. Then what? Bhuma. Bhuma is analpa, which is not alpa, which is all pervasive. Ananta. Bhuma vai sukham. That is what is Sukha Paramananda Swarupa. So therefore it is that Purusha, one is Purna Swarupa, Purna Swarupa. And further, the same thing is, that entity is Brahma Yonim. Brahma Yoni. What is this Brahma Yoni? That is Brahma. At the same time, the thing is Yoni, the Karana of Jagat. Not that Karana of Brahma. No, 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 no. Not Shashita Purusha. Brahmana Yoni, no. Brahma Tadeva Yoni. It is Brahma, it is Yoni. The Brahma, the all-pervasive Chaitanya. Same time, which is cause of entire cosmos as the very Adhisthana. In the sense, if Adhisthana Chaitanya Brahma were not there, there is no occasion for anyone to mistake it as Prapancha. If rope as the basis were not there, which is not seen properly, there is no occasion for anyone to superimpose snake there. ease. That easiness belongs to rope. But because it's not known as a rope, snake is superimposed. In the mistaken snake, Nama Rupa of snake belongs to snake. That easiness belongs to who? Rope. So in this cosmos, that easiness, existence principle, is that easiness is the principle, and also chit, knowledge principle, Ananda, belong to this Brahma. But it is mistaken as the feature of the Drishya Jagat, inner Jagat. From that standpoint, it is Brahma Yoni, Brahma and the Yoni. Or it can be seen in a little different manner. What is that? Brahma word is used for Parabrahma and Aparabrahma. Or you are familiar with Nirguna Brahma and Saguna Brahma. So if you take Brahma as Saguna Brahma or Aparabrahma, namely here Hiranyagarbha, the first manifestation of Ishvara in terms of Jagat, Hiranyagarbha. So its yoni, its cause, the basis of Hiranyagarbha, Apara Brahma, Saguna Brahma, so all Brahma yoni says Pashyate, as told earlier in the mantra 2, as my own Swarupa, my one Swarupa. So then what happens? Tada, at that time, Vidwan was described as Pashyaha. That Vidwan Pashyaha. Punya Pape Vidhuya. Having discarded, having destroyed, burned the Punya Papa, which was the cause of future transmigration. Cause of future transmigration. Vidhuya, having given up. See, that's why so long as one is engrossed in Vishaya Bhogas, the mind can never even think of or even dream of that such a Swarupa can be my true nature. And even if told by none other than Bhagavan, this person doesn't take seriously. Though he is a devotee of Bhagavan, he is Bhakta. But that Bhakti and Shraddha happens to be in different grades. Some devotion is there, some Shraddha and Ishvara is there. But it is not strong enough to make him follow what Bhagavan tells to do. What is it? This individual is so much engrossed in this world. See, this is meant for Vivekis who are ready to inquire into the truth. If others, these people, what? Immature. If you argue like this, how can there be progress? That's why India has become poor, etc. Remember, Vedic India was not poor India. Vedic India was golden India. Why India suffered about 19 foreign invasions that come here to loot from here the wealth, gold, etc. They not come to pick up mud and stones from here. From where that wealth had come. Even today, India has got wealth. See, but it is somewhere with some, not all. You have to share with others. Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. Anyway, now Bhagavan has made it clear, my dear, you want to get happiness and contentment from this world, for the sake of which 24/7 you are after this world. But remember, it is not there at all. What is that? This one. In Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavan has put two nameplates, boards for this world. One is Dukkhalayam Ashasham. Other is Anityam Asukam Lokam. The first one, name board says what? This world is Dukkhalaya. Alaya, you know word? Bhojanalaya, Vidyalaya, Rugnalaya, Vachanalaya. Vachanalaya means library. Rugnalaya means hospital. Bhojanalaya means a hotel. So Vidyalaya, the schools, colleges, like that. Dukkhalaya, storehouse of sorrow. Bhagavan says, okay, not anyone. Ashashvatam. Never permanent. Transient. And what we are seeking for this world? Sukha and permanence. Wrong address. You are searching at wrong place. Why? It means no proper Shraddha in Bhagavan. Aniketam. Not Anityam Asukam. Whatever little joy you are talking of now is Anitya, not permanent, impermanent. At the same time, Sukham, you may think that it's Sukha, it is truly not Sukha. It is sorrows of sorrows. But what we seek? Nitya Sukha. A place which is Anitya Sukha, we are seeking Nitya. A beautiful example is given to this. See, in Andhra and Karnataka, there is a custom. I don't know whether till today it is there or not. Non-vegetarian restaurants, they have got more military canteen. They call non-vegetarian restaurants as military canteen. One day, a person was going for a walk, was very hungry, went to a restaurant. Waiter came, sir, what can I give you? He said, look, I'm very hungry. You put one masala dosa, but it will take time. Meanwhile, give me idli, medu vada, sambar. The waiter is looking at it. Sir, did you not see the board outside? What? Military canteen. Where you can expect of vegetarian things like idli, sambar, and everything, and like that. Aditya Sukha. Impermanent. Yeah, we are expecting Nitya Sukha. Why so? The Shraddha is lacking. Shraddha in Ishvara is lacking. You praise him, you worship him, ask for something, but don't follow what he has said. So that is the case. That's why the first and foremost thing in spiritual pursuit is Viveka Vairagya. Not to deprive us of the joy we can get it. It is the obstruction for your discovery of what your Swarupa is. So there, this person now, Vidwan, Jnani, as a result, Papa Punya Pape Viduya. Viduya means discarding, having burnt, as it were, having destroyed. What are those? Papa Punya, Karmafala, is the cause for bondage in terms of transmigration, future births. Viduya, having given up. Say Niranjanaha. Niranjanaha, free from klesha, afflictions. Free from all afflictions. Vigata klesha. So, Paramam Samyam Upaiti. Upaiti gains, reaches, means discovers. What is it? Paramam Samyam. Paramam, Prakrishtam, Niratishayam. The most exalted Samyam, Samata Lakshanam, oneness, sameness, that is Advaya Swarupa, the non-dual Chaitanya and Chaitanya alone. That is Lakshanam. Whereas Dvaita, dual things are always Taratamya is there. They are not the same, higher or lower, but he is what? Samyam. That is what? Characterized by Advaita Swarupa. Upaiti, Pratipadyati, gains, discovers oneself to be so. And he discovers oneself to be like this now. Prano he eshaha yas sarva bhutai vibhati vijanan vidwan भवते नातिवादी आत्मक्रीडः आत्मरतिः क्रियावान् एषः ब्रह्मविदां वरिष्ठ. We'll take next time.
स्वस्ति प्रजाभ्यः परिपालयन्तां न्यायेन मार्गेण महीमहीषाः गोब्राह्मणेभ्यः शुभमस्तु नित्यं लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु. काले वर्षतु पर्जन्यः पृथिवी सस्यशालिनी देशोऽयं क्षोभरहितः ब्राह्मणाः सन्तु निर्भयाः. ॐ सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्. असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मा अमृतं गमय. ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते. ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः. हरिः ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः. हरिः ॐ.